Hey guys, Klay here with Havoc Off-Road. Today we're working on our 2015 JKU with a Trektop NX from Bestop. The first thing you need to do is set it out in the sun and let it warm up. It'll make the install a lot easier. We've already removed the hardtop from our JKU, so that part's done. All of the steps that we're performing today are on the driver's side, and everything is the same for the passenger side. So let's get started. Let's start by removing the sport bar pad. Now we're going to install the cable bracket. You're going to need a 13mm socket and remove this factory bolt in the front. Now position the cable bracket so that these three adjustment holes are facing towards the back, and this tab goes right here. Loosely put this in place because we need to find out where we're going to cut our sport bar pad to make room for this bracket to slip through for a nice OE look. With the bracket installed loosely, I just use a Sharpie and hold it up and feel for the edges of the bracket. Just make a dot. The black Sharpie's nice because you can't see it when you're done. Get a nice fresh blade in your razor, and then we're just going to make a slit here, take the bracket back off and slide it through the sport pad. After you got the bracket through your slit in the sport pad, go ahead and snug this down with your 13mm socket. Now we're going to install the rear bow bracket. It fits like this on the back of the truck on this other 13mm bolt at the bottom of the sport bar. We're going to do the same thing we did in the front. We're going to loosely assemble everything. We're going to make a cut in the pad so that this bracket can slip through. We'll snug this back up with a 13mm socket. We'll grab our Sharpie and make our points for our cut. Now with our cut, we'll go ahead and pull this bracket back off. We'll feed it through our pad and snug both bolts down. Now we'll zip everything back up. All right, the kit ships like this. You're just going to unfold this portion back here, and this is the rear door surround. This is the front door surround, and it's going to fit over the top with the three included knobs. The short one goes in the middle, and then this is the Sunrider bracket, and we're going to show you how to put this on. Grab one of your long knobs included with the kit and the rear door surround. Get this locating pin right here in the body. Fit it to the sport bar. Go ahead and thread the long knob through to the plastic threads at the bottom of the rear door surround. And you don't need to over tighten this. Go ahead and grab your front door surround, your Sunrider bracket, a long and a short knob. This is going to fit right over the top of the rear door surround, around the sport bar, and into the front weather strip. Now make sure you get your Sunrider bracket on the right way. This needs to go to the back of the truck and should fit in just like that. Now you're going to need to push in on this a little bit to center up the hole and use your short knob. Then grab your long knob and thread it through the front just like we did the back to the threaded plastic piece on the bottom of the upper door surround. Now we're going to install the top arches. They're labeled from Bestop. You've got the top arch front and the top arch rear. There's a protective film on here that we're going to go ahead and remove. And then you need to slip this into the upper door surround bracket on one side. There's another one over here. You just put a little bit of pressure in the middle of the bow and slip that in. And now we'll move our way to the back. Now we're going to install the plastic tailgate bar mounts. There is a left hand and a right hand. You want to make sure that this plastic edge is towards the outside of the vehicle. Start underneath the rear lip and then just push it over the front, center it up, and we're done. All right, it's time to do some pre-assembly to your top. We're going to get the side bow and we're going to attach it to the header. Grab your Phillips head and unscrew the spring plate. Go ahead and set these screws to the side because we're going to reuse those. Pull the spring plate back and we're going to slip the Sunrider bow into the header. Make sure you've got the quick release knob facing the inside of the truck. Line up the holes and attach 2 screws on this side, and there are also 2 screws on the other side. Now turn this back over and reattach your spring plate with the screws that you took out. Now it's time to install the foam header seals. There is a right and a left. This cutout will go to your Sunrider bow. This cutout will go to the outside of the truck. And then we're going to pull one of these off and put it right in front of this plastic piece, right on top of the material. With the top placed on the vehicle and the fabric laying down the front, we're going to go ahead and snap in this quick release knob for the Sunrider bow, and it's going to go right in the bracket. Grab your middle bow and we're going to slide this through the looped fabric right here. Center it. And then the kit's got a clip that goes right over the fabric. And that helps keep the bow in place. Now we're going to attach the straps for the center bow. Feed this through the back and then loop it through the front. And this helps keep the center bow tight once everything's installed. Clip this into the sport bar and leave it loose for now because we're going to pop this center bow into its bracket. Now we're going to install the center bow into its brackets. You just push one side in like that, and then it goes right here and slips down. And the pressure of the top being folded back is what holds that in place. Now it's time to install the rear bow, and it's labeled. Make sure you install it so that when the top flips back, the arch is up, and we'll just slip that through the loop right here. Now it's time to install the bow into the bracket. I've already got the other side slipped through the bracket, so I'm just going to push it all the way through. And then with a friend, I'm going to walk over and have him hold it down and push it back, and then we'll install the retaining clips. Before we install the rear bow, make sure you've got the Sunrider flip back. It just makes it a lot easier. After you get the rear bow centered, it's just time to attach the retaining clips. Now it's time to attach the Sunrider spring. We're just going to go underneath this retaining bolt, through the bracket, and attach it on this first hole. These other two are if the top loosens up over time, you can tighten up the spring by moving it. All right, grab your quarter windows and we're going to install those. Get your zipper in place. Pull it forward a little bit. Make sure you've got it seated and get your zipper started. Only zip it a couple of inches. That leaves a little bit of play in the back until we get everything else in. Now it's time to install the rear window. This channel is just going to slide through this other channel. Now we're going to install the zipper on the rear quarter to the back window, and we're going to do the same thing. We're just going to get a couple of inches zipped so that way we can move stuff around. Now we're going to install the front channel into the rear door surround channel right here. Make sure this gets wrapped all the way around. Then we'll install the bottom channel along the body and work our way around. Now it's time to install the tailgate bar. You'll notice there's a slight radius to it and the seal goes to the outside. And this plastic slips right through the channel in the tailgate bar and just center it up on the rear window. Now this clips into the rear bracket for the tailgate bar, and you can go around, tighten everything up, zip up your zippers, and make sure to put this last plastic piece in under the bottom once everything's buttoned up. Now that we got all the zippers buttoned up, we can go ahead and move to the Sunrider portion of the top, flip it forward, and we'll attach it with the header clamps. All right, it's time to go ahead and clamp the header into place. We'll move the sun visor out of the way, fold this bracket out, push down, and we're done. Well, that wraps up our installation today. If you guys have any questions, give us a call or visit us at havocoffroad.com.